Shalom, Boker Tov. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to another Jewish morning meditation. I am David Eli Grunland. Uh, we all go through life, and we have goals in mind. We all set goals, some short term, some long term, but we all have this goal in mind, and we work in our lives to try to achieve those goals. And we work and we work and we work, and sometimes all that work and all that effort is so painful and so difficult and so hard. And when we achieve the goal, then we can smile and say, oh, it was worth it. It was really all worth it. But in the midst of all that work, all that effort, sometimes it's just so difficult. Sometimes just really wrapping our heads around all the steps that need to go into it, everything that needs to happen, and sometimes, especially if it's a long-term goal, all the various processes that need to be set into place in order to make it work. That's just hard work. And yeah, I guess it's a step that's necessary to achieve the goal, but I wish I could just kind of get to that final goal. And what we're going to talk about today is, where do we see fruit in our lives? Is the fruit the goal? Right? I plant a tree. What am I waiting for? If I plant an apple tree, I'm waiting for that tree to grow up enough that it can start producing apples. Because then I have the fruit. And all of that time and effort spent nurturing the tree will have provided me with the fruit that I was looking for. Well, it's the same thing about life. We look and we look for that fruit. We look for what we're trying to produce. But truly, where's the fruit of our lives? The fruit in our lives should also be found on the journey. That one of the saddest things is that all that hard work that goes into it, into achieving our goals, we look at, as I mentioned, we often see it as it's just hard work and it has nothing really to do with the goal. There's a famous teaching that when God created the world, right, we're in the third parsha of the Torah this coming Shabbat. So a couple weeks ago on Shabbat, we read Parshat Bereshit, the story of the creation. And God gives the command that the earth should produce an eitz pri osa pri, a fruit tree that bears fruit. And the earth goes ahead and it creates an eitz osa pri, a tree that bears fruit. What's the difference? One says a fruit tree that bears fruit, and the result was a tree that bears fruit. So Rabbi Avraham Yitzchak HaKohen Kook, Rabbi Kook, the first chief rabbi of pre-state modern Israel, he explained it in this way. He said the fruit is our goals. And the purpose, when God made the order for how creation should function, that the journey to the goal, the journey to the destination should be as valuable as the destination itself. That the fruit of the journey should be as valuable as the fruit of the goal. And what happened is the earth created a tree that bore fruit. That the tree itself, the journey towards the fruit, wasn't experienced as fruit. It was experienced as a journey, but the fruit was only that end goal. And he says this was the first sin of the world. And in our own lives, we need to look at our own lives in a similar vein. Not that that's the first sin of our lives, God forbid, but that our lives are so much more filled with journeys than they are with destinations. And yet we are so much more focused in our lives on our destinations and not on the journeys. So I want to give everyone a bracha. I want to give everyone a blessing to be on the journey. That whatever we're doing in our lives, especially those things that are potentially more arduous, more task-oriented, those things that aren't the goal, it's not what I was hoping for, but it's the stuff that I need to go through in order to achieve what I was going for. That we should truly enjoy those moments. We should truly enjoy that journey. And this is actually an introduction to the next paragraph that we will embark on within the Birkat Torah, that it's all about in this world finding fruit. And the question is, where do we find that fruit? Where does the sweetness come from? Is it only once I've achieved my goals? Or can I truly enjoy that journey? Can I truly take the harder parts of life and say, I'm on a journey and this is bringing me to that next place, and say, wow, how lucky I am, how sweet this is that I get to be on a journey in this world. Have a wonderful day. Have a wonderful journey. If you enjoyed this, give it a like, give it a share, share it, a comment. Let me know your thoughts. And I will, Bezrat Hashem, look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Have a wonderful day. Shalom.